What's going on, you guys? It is Patrino Collects back again with another review. Again, has taken some time since I last made that review for the Starscream figure. It has been, just tough to find some time to actually sit down and do these reviews, but I'm going to be knocking out two today, so this is going to be a bit quicker, not as thorough as my past reviews. First off, we're starting off with the Gipsy Danger action figure from Ling Jihun. It was a Chinese-based manufacturer or producer, what have you, and this one I did receive a few weeks ago, and so we'll just first off start off with the box here. It was about $125, $130 with shipping. I did get it off of Big Bad Toy Store. So you can see the box here is really nice. It's got these embossed letters here, the neat sticker there for the the Federation or whatever that symbol was in the movie. We've got the, of course, Gypsy Danger here in the front. Then you can see the, I forget what this one is. I know this is like the Chinese triplets. That's their robot. And then you've got the German ones here, or Russian, sorry. And then the other guys that eventually passed away. Here's the box. The back of the box, we just got some art here showcasing the figure, and of course all of its accessories, and the side there, and the bottom. So just some standard serial numbers and stickers and what have you. So yeah, we'll check out the figure here, and of course the accessories, and we'll go over some of the particular gripes with it, because I do have several, especially at its price point. We'll go over that here shortly. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and go over the accessories here, and of course the figure, and we'll talk about articulation and all that good stuff. First off, we'll start with the freight boat that he does have in the movie. He uses as a sword or a baseball bat to fuck up that one, I think it was the Gorilla Kaiju, whatever that one was. You can see here there's a little handprint for actually using one of these hands to grip the boat itself, so he can carry that. So I think that's pretty cool that they included this. It does have an additional function here. It has a magnet in the back, and when you apply it to the back of the figure here, there is a light in the reactor and in the cockpit, or where his eyes are. Unfortunately, my dumbass put this on, turned the lights on, put it on my shelf, and left it there. I was under the impression that it does turn off after 5 minutes. Unfortunately, it doesn't, so just be careful when you're doing that. So yeah, so it comes with the lights, pretty cool. Then we have here the containers that had your Xbox in it. Unfortunately, that shit is cooked. But these are really cool that they included these as well. You can put those in these hands here, so that way you can just box with these. And then speaking of hands, of course we do have 4 different pairs, including the fist hands, and we'll take a look at those later. But we have the gripping hands for the boat, and they do all have a very nice blue metallic painting with a silver dry brush over them, showing a little bit of wear and tear. So I think that's really nice. And then there's the ones for the containers, of course, which we just looked at. And then lastly, we have the open palm hands. So if you want to do that action, you definitely can. Looks pretty cool. So, and then we have the blasters here. You do come with one for each arm, which they look really cool, really nice. You can remove these, I believe. I haven't done it yet. They do rotate. Just a nice clear blue plastic. Sorry about that. And then you see here just, innards of the forearm. I wish these could have been painted a little bit better. I don't even think they're really painted at all, to be honest. At its price point, I think they could have put a little bit more detail. Maybe some gold and, I don't know, some other different silvers, but can't really complain too much. Still looks really cool. And then we do have the forearm blades, which he uses to chop off that one, cut up that fucking kaiju that took him all the way up in the space. But these look really sick. He does have one for both arms. And then lastly, we have the little jet booster flames for his elbows. Now these you can put on the back here when he's using, if he's doing one of those punches like that. It's pretty sweet that you can include those there. So overall, accessories are pretty sweet. I do like the ones that they included. I don't really think you can ask for much more as far as accessories go. But we'll go ahead and take a look at the figure, discuss some major gripes of mine, and then we'll go over some of the good stuff as well. Alrighty, so here's the figure itself, up close and personal. Generally, just going to start off with saying that the paint job is really well done. The blue metallic color is very slick looking, and does look like a nice metal color. In my personal opinion, I think it should have been a little bit darker, maybe more on the navy side. This one kind of looks a bit jet blue or cobalt blue, but it still looks good nonetheless. We do have some incredible details here. We can see here we have the 34, and then it says some other information here. I'm not sure what that number is. If that is a number, looks like it's 006, but backwards. We do have some minor gold, a little bit of red, and then we have some, that silver, that metal color there. We have whatever this is. I think that's a chick. I can't really tell. Art reactor kind of looks like a cheap plastic. I'm not going to lie, it's not my favorite. And then we do have here in the cockpit, you can see there's like the little hex pattern on it. It looks really cool. And then right here we do have the Kaiji Kukan, which is really cool. It's got the knife head kaijus. And then yeah, so that's pretty much it as far as paint job goes. Just some slight golds. Like I said again here, this lazy metal plastic looking. I just feel like at its price point of $120+ US dollars, a lot more detail could be added here. Maybe some more golds or different kind of silver colors would basically just top it off, make it look really nice. But nonetheless, still looks really good. I want to talk about articulation next. We'll just start off with the head. Can look left and right. Pretty decent for how much it's limited here. Can look up pretty far. So you can have them looking up. Looks pretty cool. It can't really look down, obviously, since we have this restriction right here. I wish they could have maybe opened this up, but I mean, I don't really know what difference it's going to make. Let's see here. The arms are on ratchet joints. They do move like this, and for whatever reason, this is here, this slot, and it makes me think that they're going to come out with some other figure that's going to have some, excuse me, some kind of accessory that you can attach here. Not sure what it would be, but arm ratchet joints here. We do have a bicep swivel right here. We have the elbow, which actually doesn't bend a full 90 degrees, which is unfortunate. We run into this issue here where we have this this plastic get in the way. So, like on the bicep here. So if you're wanting to get that removed, maybe you can shave this down. I don't recommend you doing that though. And then here on the wrist, standard wrist joint stuff. Is on a peg, so you can swivel it and move it up and down. The shoulder pads, or whatever these are, they are on a ball joint, so you can move those around however you like. And one cool thing here, it's a neat little gimmick, is that you can actually, when you rotate the arm up and down, you can see this piece moves in conjunction with it, so it kind of brings it to life, which I think is pretty neat. Yeah, one issue here you're going to have when you're trying to rotate that up and down is this piece is going to get in the way. There's really not much you can do about it unless you take the piece off. So I'll show you how to do that really quick. You can remove this, and this is actually how you'll get to the batteries, the included batteries, and the included screwdriver in order to turn on that light that's in the middle here. I did make the unfortunate mistake of leaving mine on overnight, so it did die out on me, so I'm going to have to get some replacements, but overall, not too bad though. So yeah. Articulation. So we're going on the chest here. You can rotate. You do have a little bit of swivel here. Not much at all as far as bend goes. We do have a waist swivel, and you can rotate it decently far and up and down. The thigh swivel here, there's a lot of limitation for moving this around because of the plastics in the back in here where it touches his ass. So you can see here, that gets in the way. But he can kick up that far, which is decent. And then as far as going back goes, you can forget about it. That's about as far as it goes. And it pinches up right here. So you could shave this down. I thought about doing it myself. Take a little Dremel tool and just, shave it down a little bit so that way you can get further back. But you can, in addition, just move this out to the side and, go out back like this. But looks a little bit goofy. But yeah, there's a thigh swivel as well. There is, of course, the double jointed knee, which is really cool. They have the, looks like a little rod or piston here that you can, when you bend it, it does pop out. So it allows for more bendability in the knee. And then we do have the foot itself. We've got the ankle swivel a little bit, and then not much as far as going up and down though, which is unfortunate. The toe joint, you know, solid toe joint. You can't get any better than that. So overall, the articulation could be a lot better. You know, it lacks in a lot of ways because of the pieces that are in the way. But ultimately, he is a giant robot. He's not going to get that much movement anyways. But pretty sweet, nonetheless. I do want to do some size comparisons, and then we'll go ahead and end the video with some poses and kind of just my overall thoughts. Alrighty, so we got Gipsy Danger here. He does stand at about, let's see, from the bottom of his foot, about 7.5, if not 8 inches almost. It is pretty damn close. He is pretty tall, you know, being a giant robot. I hope that he is. So we'll go ahead and grab a couple here, kind of just off this shelf really quick. And I actually kind of want to show you guys a quick little tour of my room here in this new apartment, my office. So you can see Master Chief right here, 1,000 toys. Just a little bit shorter, but not by very much. And then we have, so we can get my latest review, another gigantic robot. And naturally, as I grab these figures, they're just going to fall off the shelf, you know, like they're supposed to. We've got Starscream from 3-0. You can see here. Let me just stand them up a little bit more. The dudes are about the same height, roughly. So, you know, you can do some toe-to-toe battle with them if you want. And then, let's see. Got some real tiny figures. We can go with Stage Mode Naruto, SH Figure Arts. So you can see how small he is compared to him. And then we'll do, let's see. Let's take a look. And this will be my next review. Actually, I don't want to do him because he's posed. Let's see. We can just do, we'll do Mafek's Hush Batman. You can see here, probably about chest level. So, alrighty, so I went ahead and wanted to do a quick voiceover on this part just because kind of just figured it'd be easier to do this as opposed to just trying to talk my way through adding these accessories. So really quick, just wanted to show you guys how this works when you add these forearm pieces as well as the boosters and whatnot. So it's a bit of a struggle here, and you'll see it here in a minute when I start struggling. There's some crazy shit that happens while I'm trying to put those on. So let's see. All right, so starting off with this forearm piece here. Just want to get this removed. Like I said, kind of tough to pull these off, so I would suggest maybe heating it up with like a heat gun or air blow dryer. If you have it, you can see they remove pretty quick. And they do actually have indications or markings that say, you know, right or left, so you know which arm is, or which accessory is for which arm. And you can see here, there's a slight little notch in there so you can, you know, basically push those arm pieces on, or the forearm blades. So those are relatively easy, no big deal there. I'm kind of just showing you what that looks like when it's actually on. Looks pretty sick. I'm actually not going to do any poses in this video just because it's too much work to, you know, take the accessories on or take them off and put them on. And overall, it's just a pain in the ass. So I said, fuck it, I'm not doing it. So you guys are just going to have to live with that. So here I'm showing you how to do the boosters on the elbows. Looks pretty cool. Didn't put that forearm piece back on, like I said. Pain in the ass. Yeah, looks pretty neat. And then here's where I started to struggle a bit much, because you have to remove the entire forearm all the way up to the elbow in order to add on the arc blasters or whatever they're called. And you see me do it here for a minute, and I'm kind of just wiggling it back and forth, trying to get it off. And here in a second, you'll see where your $130 went when you actually buy this. So I'm pulling on this with all my might. And, you know, you wouldn't want to hear the actual audio. Oh, look, here we go. Look at that shit. Gone. Yeah, the bottom half of the figure just completely ripped off. No worries. Snap that back on, no problem. But you can see there the forearm has been removed in the process. And we'll take that arc blaster, or whatever it's called, and we'll put it on the arm. It does look pretty good. It just slots right in, no problem. That one actually, those arms, the blasters themselves are a lot easier to take off than the standard forearm. You can see that looks pretty neat. Did a little pose, just trying to show you, get some what the aura looks like when he's walking and shooting that bitch. So yeah, so the blasters look really cool. Just want to show you guys how to do that real quick. And then here in a minute, I'm going to do size comparisons. And then we'll go ahead and I want to show you guys the tour of the new office. I also want to show you guys really quick. I was actually trying to do that, that cool-ass pose he does in the movie where, he slams his fist in his palm. And it must be some false advertising or some editing. They did that on the box because this dude has no butterfly joints, so his arms can't even get across proper enough to even do the pose. You can see here even his hand doesn't bend all the way up, full 90 degrees in order to be able to do it. And at some point I'm getting frustrated. I'm like, I don't know what the hell he's doing. It kind of looks like he's bowing to his sensei. So that's what I started doing there. I don't know. So that's actually what I left him out on the shelf. That's the pose I have him in. But I mean, it still looks pretty cool, even though he can't do it fully. But yeah. All right. So final thoughts on the figure. For what it is, I can't complain. It's pretty sweet. It's one of the best Gipsy Dangers on the market. And that's not really saying much, being that there's only probably about 2 or 3, 1/12 scale Gipsy Dangers. Would I pay $125+ for this again? Absolutely not. Maybe $80 if that. The quality is fine, but it's not $125 fine. So, nonetheless, really cool figure. I do appreciate you guys sticking around to watch. Really quick, just going to show you guys the apartment. The office in my apartment where I keep my figures in the shelf. There was a Terry right there next to Starscream, but he fell over and he's somewhere on the ground. And there's a little notch right there. That little notch actually came off the foot of the Gipsy Danger there. So I have to get that glued back on. There's my anime figures. Go Birds, Super Bowl Champs 2025. Hell yeah. Got my DC figures right here. And there's a preview for the next action figure review. Now, I did say I was going to do another review. I fucking lied to y'all because that's a lot of work. I forget how much work this shit is. So y'all just going to have to wait for that for another 2 months. Here goes my Marvel shelf. I got my 3 Spider-Man right there. And that Iron Man is actually my first Amazing Yamaguchi. Shout out to my boy Fredo for that birthday gift. And that's that Mezco Blade, my first figure. And here's my messy office overall. Don't judge. You'll see my chest up board here in a second. If you want to catch a game of chess, let's do it.